Okay, so the first package we have is simply called Linter. And what this does is set up a linter to work within your code editor, Adam here. And we could see a couple of the things in the demo here. Notice that when there is an error, it will show on the line what that error is. And then there could also be pop-up messages as well as information down here at the bottom. However, in addition to just installing Linter, this is kind of the framework. We also have to install a specific linter that we want to do. So we'll look at this all in more depth and explain this in its own video on linting. But linting is a generic term. We need specific libraries to tell us exactly the syntax and rules and how we want to be linting. So one of them that we'll look at is linter ESLint. So you'll have to install both of these together. But let's take a look at this real quick. We won't go too far into configurations. I'll just show you what this looks like so you could get up and running with it now. Okay, so we could see now in the packages, again, just to point out that you have to install linter on its own and then the specific linter that you want to use. In this case, we're using linter ESLint. So I have those both set up and I have everything reloaded now. And I'm inside of my app.js file and I just want to begin showing you some things like when I delete this semicolon, notice that it's giving us this yellowish icon here as well as telling us that this is a warning that there's a missing semicolon. And also at the bottom here, we could see there's one issue in app.js and it tells us the column and line number as well as a message down here. So if I went and I just started deleting a number of these, we would see that we see this in the gutter area as well as a list at the bottom. And it is possible to configure how all of these work and what messages are shown and whether you want to see certain warnings, whether you don't. The semicolons just being one example of that. If we delete stuff and do things like this, it's going to give us these errors. But in general, linters are so powerful because they let you see your errors before you try to run in the browser, and it just is going to save a ton of time. So we'll go more into depth into linters in a later video, but for now I just wanted to show you how this works, and like I said, we'll come back to it in more depth later.